a 10 kilo box of chicken breast. There is the box. Just do slices like that. Just think of all this time that you're going to save by prepping all this chicken. I'm doing that much schnitzel. I told you I wanted a lot. I've been cooking for over 30 years and I've never thought of using a fork. Say it with me. All together now. Shut the front gate. Hello, welcome back to Farmer's Wife Homestead. I'm Stacey if this is the first time we are meeting, and welcome back to my farmhouse kitchen. Today we are going to be processing around about 6 months worth of chicken breast for our family. I also plan to go and maybe purchase some chicken legs and probably maybe some thighs as well. But today I got a 10 kilo box of chicken breast, which I think is roughly about 20 odd pounds of chicken. I've just got some veggie prep to do before we get into it, and then we will start processing this chicken and how I like to do. I buy a box of this chicken maybe twice a year, and then process it so that it makes easy quick meals for me later on down the track. So let's get straight into this video. Alright, let's get this chicken out of the fridge. Okay, there is the box. What we're going to do is we're going to flash freeze quite a lot of the breast. Normally I would put just some breast in like a Ziploc bag and freeze them, and then as I need chicken breast I'll just take out, you know, that portion. And I will do some like that, but I also want to flash freeze some because I want to make some freezer meals soon. Well, next month I'll be doing a freezer meal cooking video because I haven't had any for ages, and I really need to get some back in my freezer because they are wonderful to have. So I thought, well, if I flash freeze some, then I can break them apart and I can make the freezer meals later on because I'm not quite ready to do them yet. We're going to make up a whole heap of chicken schnitzels. If you've been around for a long time, you may have seen me do this before, but honestly it's the best thing ever. It's so great because, you know, I don't know about you, but I hate breeding things like fish and schnitzel and chicken schnitzel and stuff like that. I mean, I don't hate it, it's just a tedious job. So if you just get it all over and done with once and then have all the chicken breasts already breaded, it makes a very quick weeknight dinner. So I'm going to do mostly a lot of chicken schnitzels, a couple of bags of diced chicken so I can make sweet and sour chicken on rice sometime, or like any other diced recipe that I can use with diced chicken. And I might do up a couple of bags of chicken tenders as well. And then we're going to make some dinner because like it's already just gone 1 o'clock. This morning my channel got hacked and I've been really stressing about that, so my day didn't pan out how it was going to. So anyway, let's start processing some of this chicken and we will make some dinner as well. We're going to do a Alfredo tortellini with chicken. Right, so I'm just going to trim up any bits that are a bit manky, and the potty cats will get that, and we'll do some diced. So just, you know, if you find a really good special on chicken, this is a great way to save yourself some money and a whole heap of time as well, if you can afford to buy some bulk lot of chicken. Gilmore's, I got mine at Gilmore's. Gilmore's are pretty good. It just depends on your local one. Just check with them, as some of them are quite happy for you to become a member without having a business. So Pack and Save, it's meat week this week. Well, it's probably finished now, but you could wait for meat week and buy a few extra kilos and pop it in the freezer. I'll give some of these offcuts to the cats, but some of it I was just standing here thinking it would be quite good when I make up some chicken stock next, so I'm going to freeze the others, and it's all flavour, so it's not going to go to waste, but the cats certainly will enjoy a little bit of a treat as well. Don't know if you can hear the cows, but they're doing some work with the cows just outside the kitchen window. Okay, so I've just diced up some to go with tonight's dinner, and I'm going to pop that in the fridge. And I've got all this diced up, and now I'm going to make some chicken tenders, sliced chicken. So basically for that, I'm just going to sort of just do slices like that, because I could make lots of different meals, like the slow cooker honey garlic chicken that we made in the last video. That one would be good for it. So I'm just going to do as much as I want for this, and I'll come back again. So just think about all the different ways that you eat chicken, and think about the ways that you can prepare it. So I've got a good couple of meals of diced chicken there, and a good couple of meals of chicken tenders. I'm going to pop this in the fridge right now, and then I've got these, what they call deli sheets, and they're just basically little sheets, and I'm just going to pop that over the top, pop it in the fridge just so I can keep it nice and safe. And then I'm going to start doing the schnitzels, because that's the next big thing that I want. So I'm popping this in the fridge. I'm cleaning up the knife and the chopping board, just to keep everything nice and clean, and the bench. Even though I'm still doing the chicken, I'm just really fussy with it, so give everything a good clean again. And now let's cut up some loads and loads of chicken schnitzels. I've just popped a couple of those plastic sheets down there, and now I'm going to just trim up any horrid pieces, and then just take the knife and your hand, keep your hand flat, and then I'm just going to run the knife down the middle like that. Now you can be a little more fussier and pound out the chicken so that it's, you know, because this top end is always a lot thicker than this bottom end, but I find that when you just halve it like that, when you go to bake them in the oven, it really doesn't, you know, it's not too bad. So I'm just going to work ahead and work out how many schnitzels I want to make, and as I said, the rest will be frozen for that freezer meal cooking day that we're going to do. Just think of all this time that you're going to save by prepping all this chicken. And trust me, I've done this for years. It really, really not only saves you money if you can buy it while it's on special, but also loads of time. This is why I like to get all the chopping done, and then I can sanitize everything, and then start bagging everything up and sanitize again. Right, so everything's chopped up, so that's great. I've got a whole bag, well, half a bag of just trimmings. I wasn't fussy about it because, as I said, I'm going to use that in a chicken stock. I will probably make chicken stock next week. I've got celery in the freezer, I've got onion skins and carrots, peels and all those goodies, and we'll make up a nice big load of chicken broth because you know, we've got winter coming up, so it'll make really good quick soups and things like that. So that's going to go into the freezer. I'll just pop it in the fridge for now. I've got a big bowl here of the plain chicken breast, and I've got some more chicken breast over here. So the other day we made chicken teriyaki in as a slow cooker recipe, and I've got some teriyaki sauce left over. So I've decided that I'm going to make a couple of freezer meals up of those, just to make sure that that teriyaki sauce is getting used up. So I'm just going to write a couple of labels. I'm popping in there that I'm going to put it in the slow cooker and dating it as well. Slow cooker. And I've just got some whole chicken breast. And I'll grab the sauce. So I've made quite a lot, probably a pint and a half, maybe even more actually. To get my little stand, here's my little stand, bag, and make up a couple of bags of these for the freezer. And whenever I'm using these stands, I always get asked about them, so I will link them in the video description of where I got them from. I need one more. Yeah, that's 3 in each bag. What I will do is no, I'll just pour all the sauce in there. Half into each bag. I was going to save some, but it'll still be in the sauce anyway, so I can still use the sauce. In case you missed it, the recipe will be linked, but you can find it on my website as well. Take as much air out of the bag as possible. Just coat that chicken in that sauce. Perfect. There's one. And the sauce was you know, made with ingredients that I pretty much had on hand. It's just another reason why having a staple pantry saves you money. 2 meals done. Now I've got a couple of trays that are lined. I'm just reusing these little, can't reuse those, they've been in the sink now. Just reusing these. And this is going to be the flash frozen chicken breast for the freezer meals later on. So I want to pop everything on this tray here, and then I'm going to pop them in my freezer, and then once they are frozen enough I can then pop them all into just a couple of Ziploc bags. Just protecting the chicken breast while we wait for them to freeze. And I will show you that once they're frozen. So I'm just going to take the breast, the slow cooker teriyaki and the offcuts, and go and take them into the freezer and just get them all put away. So I've just got my food saver machine out, and I've grabbed some rolls of the vacuum bag stuff. I just use a cheapy version of the bags, way cheaper to buy them from Kmart or Warehouse or stuff like that. And they work, I find that they work just as well. I like to double seal, so I'm just, while I'm making up these bags, I'm just double sealing everything. And I get asked all the time which food saver I have, and it is literally called Food Saver, and I got it from Briscoe's when it was on specials, like half price off. If you like to buy things in season when they're cheaper, freezer meals, all that type of thing, definitely invest in one. It is definitely your friend. I even do my flour in there. You shouldn't do sugar because it makes a really big block of sugar. But yeah, definitely do flour like that. In fact, I should actually make up some more flour bags because I don't actually have any, and if I run out of flour I don't want to have to go all the way into town just to buy flour, so I should grab a 25 kilo bag and do some flour again. So I'm going to use this for the diced chicken and the tenders because I'm not sure when I'm going to be using them. So this is up to 6 months worth of chicken for us, so yeah, it's just to be on the safe side, it's just better to vacuum seal. Of course, if you know you're going to use it within a month or two, you don't need to do that. I have all my schnitzels on top, so I need to get all of them. Oh, that's a lot of schnitzel. Good, 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 good. That's what I wanted. Lots of schnitzel. Roughly about a kilo worth, because it will be served with something else. That was the diced. Now we've got the tenders. I made the bags far too big. I always do that. lay it out nice and thin, and it'll thaw a lot quicker for a quick dinner. If you find that your machine doesn't like the moisture, you can put a paper towel on the inside and it will suck the moisture. We're just going to have a look and see how it fared. It's sucked a little bit up there, but it's not too bad. So again, I'm just going to double seal. And I do that because if one fails, then you've got to back up. There we go, some chicken tenders. Don't forget to date and name them. Now I'm just going to do the same with the diced, and then we will get on to crumbing the chicken schnitzel. And you may have noticed, yes, I've got some terraline curtains up on my kitchen window, just to try and stop that glare. Now I'm just going to set up a breading station. I've got a pan with some flour, just some plain flour, and now I'm just going to add some of my lovely seasoned salt, which is really nice on chicken, and you know, veggies and stuff like that. And that's going to help give the chicken a bit of flavour. And in this pan here, I'm going to crack maybe half a dozen eggs, put a little bit of water in there, mix them up. And in this one here, I'm going to put in a whole heap of panko crumbs, because yeah, it'll just go a lot quicker if it's not a nice deep dish. And then the other tip is to keep one hand for dry and one hand for wet, or vice versa. Just about 1/4 cup of water, and that helps to thin it down, and it also helps the eggs go further, because let's face it, eggs are really expensive at the moment. I've got chickens, but they're expensive for a lot of other people that don't have the opportunity to have chickens. I buy my panko crumbs in bulk, so this 1 kilo bag, so it's usually full, costs around $7-8 at Gilmore's. When you buy a bag at the supermarket, this, you know, small bag, it's like $3-4. So trying to see that I've got all the right amount. Breading, and be all set up so that my hands are clean, because I'm doing that much schnitzel. I told you I wanted a lot. Okay, and then I've got a baking sheet that's also lined, and yeah, if you use tongs, I mean, I've never tried a fork. I'll try a fork. Let's try a fork. Let's see what a fork will be like. Oh my goodness. Who knew? Oh, that is game changer. I've been cooking for over 30 years and I've never thought of using a fork. I can't tell you how many times I've done the dry hand, the wet hand, forgotten. You've got to... People, so many of you probably already do it that way, but it's the first time that I've thought about doing it that way. My word. I can't believe how quick and simple that is. Dunk. Tongs, I've used tongs, but they gunk up. Stacey. Stacey. Why have you not done that before? Perfect. Well, this job just got a heck of a lot easier. Shake off the excess. Do put in the comments, say I use a fork. Let's see how many of you are bright sparks, unlike myself. And for you ASMR people, watch me. I mean, crumb chicken is so expensive at the supermarket. So I'm here to tell you, it's so easy to do your own. It's taken me 15 to 20 minutes tops to do all the schnitzel. There's 3 layers in here. And I'm going to pop something over the top and then chuck it straight in the freezer like that. And once it's frozen, then transfer it into Ziploc bags. And then I can take one piece out at a time. So if I want one piece for my lunch, I can. You can make chicken sandwiches, chicken subs, chicken burgers, chicken schnitzel, bake it, air fry it, multitude of different sauces you could use. What's the word I'm looking for? Garlic sauce, which I've shared before, apricot sauce, plum sauce, barbecue sauce, mushroom sauce, peppercorn sauce. Oh yes, I'm going to make a peppercorn sauce one. So please, if you're going to, you know, go to the hassle of doing some schnitzel up anyway, because it is so much cheaper for you to make your own than buying those bags. I don't know, at the supermarket they are about $15 and you get 5 little pieces in them, along with all the other preservatives. Anywho, I just want you to know just how amazing it is to do your own. Okay, pop these in the freezer. Alright, so let's start making dinner. It's 3 o'clock here, so it's quite a bit early, but I want to get this video finished up. I picked up some mushroom 3 cheese tortellini, 2 packets the other day. They were really cheap at Pick and Save. Was it 2 for $5? It was either 2 for $5 or $5 each, but it was a good price compared to what they normally are. So that's what we're going to use. I'm just, you know me, I'm winging the recipe. I'm making it up as I go. And I've been asked recently, is there any recipe that I don't like? Because I seem to enjoy all the food. And on a whole, yes, I do enjoy the food. I know my tastes. So, but yes, there are some fails, and if you've been here long enough, I definitely tell you the ones I don't like. So let's quickly make up a Alfredo, I don't know, I'll come up with a name, but I'm going to turn it into a bake because it's only 3 o'clock and everybody won't want dinner for another 3 hours. Butter, ghee, anything like that. But I do need just about a tablespoon of oil as well, because we are going to fry up this chicken. We want some of my seasoning salt. Garlic. We're not looking to cook the chicken through, we're just looking to just slightly brown the outside. Alright, I grabbed some of a bag of my caramelized onions out of the freezer because I think this will be really nice in here. So we'll try half a bag. Actually, it looks like the whole lot will go quite nicely. I think it's about 1 cup. And we've got some cream and some chicken stock. This recipe is evolving as I'm making it. This is how I come up with new recipes. I just think about flavours and kind of wing it. So we're going to leave with this for now. We're just going to let it thicken up a bit and then we'll come to the next stage shortly. Just popping some pepper. I haven't put any extra salt in here because I use the seasoned salt, and also we are going to be using Parmesan cheese and that's slightly salty as well. Perfect. Right, now that that's hot, we're going to add in some Parmesan cheese, about a cup worth. Now it's smelling like Alfredo sauce. Right, in here I've got about a tablespoon of softened butter and a tablespoon of flour, just plain flour, and I'm just going to thicken this sauce up slightly. The pasta is going to cook in here, so we don't want it too thick. If you can't have flour, you can use a corn flour slurry. And you'll see that that's just thickening up. It's really good to use that method for creamy sauces. You can see that that's just thickening up quite nicely now. Let's get all of it in there. some frozen spinach. I showed you in the last video how I do this. And see what I mean, that you can just crush it up. Right, this is perfect. If this recipe turns out, I will write up a recipe and pop it on the website for you and link it in the description. Now this is 300 grams per packet. So they're uncooked. Pop them all into a big casserole dish. And as I said, it's still quite saucy, but you want it that way, because that pasta still needs to cook. Give it a really good mix. Right, I'm going to bung it in the oven. And let's see how it turns out. Just at the end of cooking I may add some cheese on the top, but just wondering if I should cover it. I think I will. I'm going to cover it, and so I don't want all the yeah, I'm going to cover it. Okay, so I've popped that in a 180 oven and it's covered, and I'm just going to cover it for a little bit to let the probably about 10 minutes to let the pasta just absorb some of that without it drying up, if that makes sense. That's what my instincts are telling me to do anyway. This is very, very true to form recipe testing as we go along, but it smells delicious. It looks like it's going to be delicious. Fingers crossed it'll be delicious. Okay, so the timer went off for the 10 minutes. I've given it a good stir. It's absorbing the liquid like I thought it would, so that's great. And it's still got the cover on for the next 5 minutes, and then I will take the cover off and I will pop some cheese on the top and cook it another 5 minutes, and then that will be it. That'll be it. It'll be done. Let me tell you, this smells so good. So I've just got some cheesy Alfredo chicken tortellini and a little side salad, and you can top that off with the balsamic glaze, which is really nice. Alright, I'm trying to get one of the tortellini and a bit of the chicken. Alright, expecting the caramelized onion to come through as well. Smells delicious. Right, it's super hot. Oop. And if you remember, I'm not a fan of mushroom, and it is a mushroom tortellini. So we'll give it a go. Of course you can use any flavour tortellini. Oh yes, that just hits all the feels. Try another one. Oh my word. You know what I'm going to say? Say it with me. All together now. Shut the front gate. So delicious. Oh, I'm going to try a bit of the crispy tortellini, where it's crisped up. That's gives it a bit of a crunchy texture. Okay, there's another winner dinner. Right, welcome back again. It's a few days later, and I'm just going to package up all these frozen bits of chicken. That could be a problem. When I did this, they're touching because I wasn't being lazy, but I was trying to be. I only had these 2 trays left, so let's see if they're going to come apart. Oh, which is why I free flowed in the first place. Oh yes, it is working. I haven't done this method before, so I wasn't sure if it was going to work. If you can, make sure that they're not touching, because I don't know if the blocks are 3. No, but that's okay because I need 3 breasts at a time, so our family would go through 3. So it worked out quite well in the end. So I've got 2 meals in that bag, and I'm just popping them in a Ziploc bag. If they were going to be for long-term storage, like 6 months or so, I would vacuum seal them. But as I said earlier on, these are going to be used for freezer meals coming up. Sometime this month I'm going to be doing freezer meals, and I wanted to have the ability to be able to put some sauces and make some dump bags for the slow cooker and whatnot. So that's pretty much why I've done it this way. I will leave some, you know, free. This one isn't touching as bad. Yeah, so these ones are breaking up perfectly. See, so that's perfect. As I said, I was just trying to just bang them and they're coming apart. I was trying to fit them all onto one tray. Now I'm going to get them all into here. Yeah. Alright, so that's 2 meals, 3, and then there's 4 smaller. Yep, so that's 4 meals that I can do for either dump, cook, or just have them as plain breasts, like if I wanted to do pan fried chicken or something like that. And just because they're frozen, don't forget to re-wash your hands. So there's the second bag. Perfect. Now let's do the crumb schnitzel. So of course I've labelled the bags. I have already taken 2 breasts out of here the other day, and I cooked up a couple of small ones. So these are all separated, which is great. So you can just pick one out at a time, or however many you want. And now they're free flowed. So there's quite a lot of meals worth of chicken here. Future Stacey is going to be so grateful. I already am, because I already needed a quick meal, and I grabbed a couple of small ones, a side of fries, because they were all having venison steak, and because of my tan I can't eat venison steak, so the chicken was perfect. And yeah, that's all I'm going to do. Everything else is done. So I just wanted to show you it all packaged up. So here's all the chicken that we prepared. We've got diced chicken, chicken tenders, some chicken teriyaki, about 5 meals, different meals of flash frozen chicken breast so that we can do some dump bags with it. I've got so many chicken schnitzel meals. There's probably maybe about maybe 8 or 10 meals out of that, and I also used up some in the slow cooker recipes. So we did a chicken teriyaki with that, and we did the honey garlic chicken as well. So yeah, so that's the 12 kilos of chicken all processed, and that'll last us probably 4 to 6 months. It just depends on how often we have some chicken meals. So great savings, not only in money wise, because it works out so much cheaper, and I'll leave up the price up here, but it also is such a time saver. So when I'm having busy days, especially filming in the kitchen, I can pull something out and it'll be done. So really happy with this. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you got some new ideas on what to do with bulk chicken. I'm happy as I'm a happy farmer's wife because I've now got some easy chicken meals. All I have to do is open the freezer and just do a little bit of work and save me so much time. All right, okay, blab, blab, blab. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to bringing you some nice Easter recipes coming up. Yeah, so thank you, and I hope you're well, and I will see you on the next one. I'm going to eat this now because honestly, it's so good. Bye for now. Honestly, this... Sometimes I wonder if people think I'm faking it, but... Oh. Oh. I love this.